Caught my girlfriend liking her ex's picture. It was 11:47 p.m. when I saw it. The screen of my phone glowed in the dark, a traitor spilling secrets I didn't ask for. I'd been doom scrolling, mindlessly flicking through X, when the Instagram notification slid in like a whisper. Lila liked a photo. My girlfriend's name, Lila Rose 22, was a familiar comfort, until I saw whose post it tagged. Ethan Gray. Her ex, the guy she'd sworn was ancient history. A chapter slammed shut long before I came along. And yet there it was, her little red heart pulsing under his picture. I clicked before I could stop myself. The photo loaded. A grainy shot of Ethan leaning against a motorcycle, leather jacket slung over one shoulder, the sunset painting the sky behind him in streaks of orange and pink. His caption was simple: riding into the next chapter. #freedom, the kind of cryptic nonsense that begged for attention. Lila's sat there, one of 142, but to me, it was the only one that mattered. My chest tightened, a slow burn spreading from my ribs to my throat. Why him? Why now? I dropped the phone onto the bed and stared at the ceiling of our cramped apartment. The fan creaked overhead, a rhythmic groan that matched the churn in my gut. Lila was asleep beside me, or so I thought, her breathing soft and steady, her dark hair spilling across the pillow like ink. Had she done it tonight, slipping into Instagram while I was brushing my teeth? Or was it days ago, some secret moment I'd missed? I wanted to shake her awake, demand answers, but my voice stayed trapped behind clenched teeth. Instead, I replayed every word she'd ever said about Ethan hunting for lies. "He's nothing to me, Ben," she'd told me 6 months ago, her hazel eyes wide and earnest. "We ended bad. I don't even follow him anymore." That was after I'd asked. Casually, I thought, why her phone still had his number saved. She'd deleted it right there, her fingers trembling slightly as she pressed the screen, and I'd felt like an ass for doubting her. But here we were, her heart lighting up his post like a neon sign screaming, "I'm still here." I grabbed the phone again, scrolling through Ethan's profile. He was all rugged edges and smoldering stares, tattoos snaking up his arms, a smirk that said he knew he was trouble. The kind of guy I'd never be, with my faded hoodies in 9 to 5 at the hardware store. Lila had dated him for 2 years before me, a stormy mess she'd only hinted at. Late-night fights, broken promises, a final blowout she wouldn't detail. "He's chaos," she'd said once, her voice tight. "Your peace." I'd clung to that, built my whole world around it. So why was she reaching back into the chaos? Morning came too fast. Lila was up before me, humming in the kitchen as she brewed coffee. The smell of it, bitter and warm, drifted through the apartment, a cruel contrast to the ice in my veins. I stayed in bed, staring at the notification I'd screenshot at 3 a.m., proof I wasn't dreaming. When she poked her head in, smiling that lopsided grin I loved, I almost let it go. Almost. "Coffee's ready, sleepyhead," she said, her voice light. "You okay? You look wrecked." "Didn't sleep much," I muttered, sitting up. My phone felt heavy in my hand, a loaded gun I couldn't put down. "Saw something weird last night." Her smile faltered, just for a second. "Oh, yeah," I said, holding up the screen, the screenshot glaring between us. "You liked Ethan's picture." Lila froze, coffee mug halfway to her lips. Her eyes flicked to the phone, then back to me, widening with something, guilt perhaps, or panic. "What?" "Don't what me?" I said, sharper than I meant. "It's right here. You liked his post. At, midnight or something." She set the mug down hard, liquid sloshing onto the counter. "Ben, It's not a big deal. I was just scrolling. Scrolling his profile? I cut in, standing now, the bed creaking under my weight. You said you don't follow him. You said he's nothing. So, why the hell are you liking his stuff? I don't follow him, she snapped, crossing her arms. It must have popped up in suggestions or something. I wasn't thinking. It's just a stupid like. A stupid like, I echoed, laughing, a dry, hollow sound. On your ex's photo, the guy you swore you're over. That's not nothing, Lila. Her face flushed, a mix of anger and shame. You're blowing this way out of proportion. It's Instagram, not a love letter. Then why him? My voice cracked, betraying the hurt I'd tried to bury. Out of everyone, why Ethan? You know how I feel about him. She looked away, jaw tight, and the silence stretched thin, a wire ready to snap. I don't know, okay? It was late. I was half asleep. I didn't mean anything by it. Bullshit, I said, stepping closer. You don't accidentally like your ex's picture. You don't accidentally dig up the past like that. Dig up the past. She whirled on me, eyes blazing. You're the one obsessed with it, Ben. Every time his name comes up, you act like I'm about to run back to him. I'm here, aren't I? With you. Then act like it. I shouted, the words tearing free before I could stop them. Don't sit there liking his pics like some teenager with a crush. Lila flinched, and for a moment, I thought she'd cry. But then her expression hardened, a wall slamming down between us. I'm not your property, Ben. I don't have to justify every tap on my phone. She grabbed her keys and stormed out, the door slamming so hard the walls shook. I stood there, alone in the wreckage of our morning, the coffee cooling on the counter like a metaphor I didn't want to read. She didn't come back for hours. I spent the day pacing, replaying the fight, dissecting every word. Was I overreacting? Maybe. But that little heart wasn't just a tap. It was a crack in the trust I'd poured into her. Ethan wasn't just an ex. He was a shadow, a question mark I'd never fully erased. What if she missed him? What if I was just the safe rebound, the guy who picked up the pieces while she secretly longed for the storm? I opened Instagram again, torturing myself with Ethan's feed. More motorcycles, dive bars, a selfie with some girl, blonde, laughing, clinging to his arm. My stomach lurched. Was that why Lila liked it? Was she jealous? Nostalgic? I scrolled back to the motorcycle post, staring at her username in the likes. Lila Rose 22. It felt like a betrayal carved in digital stone. By 3 p.m., I couldn't take it. I called my best friend, Nate, spilling the whole mess over the phone. Dude, he said, his voice crackling through the line. It's a like. Chill. She's not banging him behind your back. Then, why's it feel like she is? I shot back, pacing the living room. She knows he's a sore spot. She knows what he put her through, what he put me through, worrying about her. Nate sighed. Look, man, I get it. But you're digging a hole. Talk to her. Ask her straight up what's going on. Don't just sit there stewing. He was right, but I didn't want reason. I wanted to be mad, to feel justified. So I hung up and kept digging literally. I grabbed Lila's old journal from the closet, a leather-bound thing she'd left behind when she moved in. She told me it was from her Ethan days, a relic she'd kept for closure. I'd never read it, until now. The pages were a gut punch. Ethan's hands on the throttle, the wind in my hair. Freedom tastes like him. He yelled again last night, but God, I love how alive he makes me feel. I hate him. I need him. I don't know anymore. The words bled with longing chaos, a version of Lila I'd never known. The last entry, dated 3 years ago, was a single line. I'm done. He's not worth it. I closed the journal, my hands shaking. She'd left him. She'd chosen me. So why was that heart glowing under his picture? Lila came home at 7:19 p.m., her eyes red, her hoodie damp from the drizzle outside. She stopped in the doorway, seeing me on the couch with the journal in my lap. "You read it?" she said, voice flat. "Yeah," I said, setting it down, meeting her gaze. "I had to know." She nodded, like she'd expected it, and dropped her keys on the table. And I don't get it," I said, standing. "You wrote about him, like he was your whole world. Then you leave him, tell me he's nothing, and now you're liking his posts. What am I supposed to think, Lila?" She bit her lip, tears welling up. "You're supposed to think I'm human, Ben. That I mess up. That I'm not perfect." "Perfect's got nothing to do with it," I said, voice rising. "This is about trust. You liked his picture. Your ex, the guy who broke you. Why?" "Because I'm scared," she burst out, tears spilling over. "Okay," I saw his post, and for one stupid second, I wondered if I'd made the right choice. Not because I want him, I don't, but because I'm terrified I'm not enough for you. I blinked, the words hitting me sideways. Not enough for me. "You're so steady," she said, voice trembling. "So good. And I'm messy. I've got scars, Ben. Ethan left them. And sometimes I look at him and think, that's what I deserve. Not you." The room went quiet, her confession hanging heavy between us. I wanted to be angry, to cling to my hurt, but her words cracked something open inside me. She wasn't pining for Ethan. She was running from herself. "Lila," I said, softer now, stepping closer. "I don't want perfect. I want you. Mess and all." She looked up, eyes searching mine. "Then why's it feel like you're waiting for me to screw up?" "Because I'm scared too," I admitted, the truth spilling out. "Scared you'll wake up one day and realize I'm not him. Not wild, not exciting." She laughed, a broken little sound, and wiped her face. "I don't need wild. I need this. Us." I pulled her into my arms, her damp hoodie soaking through my shirt. She clung to me, shaking, and I felt the weight of her words, the fear, the love, the fragile hope. "No more likes," I murmured into her hair. "No more," she promised, her voice muffled against my chest. We didn't fix everything that night. Trust doesn't heal with one hug, one promise. But we started. She deleted Instagram, not because I asked, but because she said it was noise she didn't need. I stopped looking for ghosts in her past, stopped measuring myself against a man she'd leftist behind. A week later, we were on the couch, her legs across my lap, watching some dumb reality show. My phone buzzed. An ex-post from Ethan, retweeted by a mutual friend. "Lost the best thing I ever had. #regrets." I showed it to Lila, half expecting her to tense. She just snorted. "Too late, asshole," she said, snuggling closer. "I've got better." I smiled, the knot in my chest loosening. Maybe she did. Maybe we both did.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends. And if you'd love to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss a new upload. See you in the next video.